Make sure those airlock doors are secure. Yeah, we don't want to revisit movie night or anything like that.
Welcome back to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1. I'm Grimmia, and with me, of course, is Colin.
Okay, I'm here, yes.
Yes.
My package came, so I'm ready.
Yes. What
I ordered the show.
We have the show.
But, no? What? Thought we were watching... I got the DVD box set of Super Nanny. So we're watching this week, right?
No, we're watching Assassinanny...
What?
911.
That is a
That's the title of the
colossal
episode.
waste of $75.83.
That's oddly specific.
Well,
It was the shipping, wasn't it? They don't really do prime shipping to a space station.
shipping, taxes. How do they tax you when you're in space?
Your country of origin.
No, because we're shipping it to space. They tax you based on where it's being shipped. It's a whole
Whatever
thing,
country
so.
we're over.
I guess now we have a DVD box set of Super Nanny.
Great.
Good. Yes. Okay, I'll watch the episode real quick, and I'll catch up with you guys.
While Colin's watching it, let me get some facts out for you. This is just a solo episode, only written by public. That's it. And it was inspired by the movie Spy Game, which came out in 2001, and it stars Brad Pitt.
All right, well, I'm back after a very real 23 minutes of watching that episode. Boy, do I feel silly. Boy, howdy. I liked it. It was a good episode.
I did get it confused with a different episode. I got it confused with Victor Echo November, which is later.
Ben.
It's in a couple episodes. We'll watch that one. Because Triana's friend is in both episodes.
Okay.
And the clip, the little thumbnail I saw was of it was of her and Triana, of Kim and Triana.
I think that the B plot was better than the A plot, or which one's the A plot in this episode?
I would guess Molotov with the boys.
Okay,
since
the
they
A plot was better than the B plot.
characters.
I found Brock's side quest really unengaging.
It was mostly just for information. Lore.
Yeah. Like I felt like it could have been conveyed to us in a more interesting way, but the repeated flashbacks and stuff just felt kind of off, and it was, I don't know, it wasn't bad, I just didn't connect with it. But that's just me. Everything going on at the compound was great. Holy shit.
They're just so naive, and Molotov isn't necessarily being nice to them, but she's showing them attention.
But the different way that all three of the ventures respond.
Dean's fucking terrified of her.
Dean is like, I hate this. I'm dying. I don't like this. Rusty's like, I can sleep with her. Oh, I'm not going to? Well, okay, whatever. And Hank is like, I have never been more in love in my entire life. This is what I was made for. Like, bro locks in and attempts to riz with no success.
I like when he's tripping on that fucking knife acid or whatever the fuck he stabs himself with.
The titties.
And
there was a lot of titties in this episode.
The Shirt Club shirts that were released, that coincided with the movie's release, there's a Hank shirt, and it's got like it's like 4 different Hanks in like an art pop style thing.
Yeah.
And every time I wear it, just because of where the Hanks end up, it always reminds me of that.
Because they end up right on top of your boobs.
They're right on my boobs. And I'm like,
and you're like, kill Pop! Kill Pop! It was like just so well executed that he's on acid and then is delusionally thinking that his dad is a romantic rival for Molotov, so he must kill him.
Romantic
and
rival, period.
That will do it. Like, yes, kill your father and she'll love you. And it's like, absolutely not. No. It's so funny. And then the reveal at the end.
It's so cute and it's a little cringy a little bit, but
no, but it was a paper mache knife that he was hitting him with, and it did nothing, and so he just got sent to his room. Just like, I'm fucking done. Or when Hank goes and starts taking all of his like lady posters off the wall, he's like, these, are
I
the
don't
pressures of a
need
boy.
them anymore. They're all like athletes too.
I know.
Like Mary Lou Sutton, I think, is a
Danica
two-time Olympic champion.
Danica Patrick was a race car driver.
I think she still is.
No, I believe she's retired now.
Either way.
And she was really hot back in the day.
I remember her GoDaddy ads.
I was about to say, we all remember the GoDaddy ads. Yep. If you're of a certain age, you remember them.
Yeah.
If you're like 15 years old listening to this, you don't remember it.
If you're 15 years old listening to this, maybe you shouldn't be watching Venture Brothers.
But you know what? Maybe your parents said it's okay. In which case,
I guess. I mean,
who are we to say? We're not your parents.
I watched
I'm not
this
your
when
dad.
I was 15, so
I'm not your dad.
I turned out fine.
No one's dad. We don't have a mom.
I do like the fleshing out of Brock's character.
I did like that, yes.
I don't know.
I agree.
I don't like that it was interwoven with the flashbacks. I would have rather just had the flashback all in one go. Instead of a flashback, a present day.
I feel like that would have also just stalled the episode flat. Like, here's 5 minutes of Brock flashback. Flash Brock.
I guess, yeah, the knife boot one made sense because it was right after the Brock flashback where she stabbed the shit out of him.
Yeah, that made sense. I mean, they all did pay off in some way. It just felt weird. I guess I'm just not one for repeated flashbacks.
Yeah, maybe like a longer one when he does the Hunter reveal.
I did like the no women or children.
Yes.
And that is why
Hunter's
Hunter is allowed to live, because Hunter's a woman now.
Mm-hmm.
And Brock goes back. I just had to check.
Just had to check.
No. So is Hunter actually evil, or is Hunter just left to transition?
Hunter's just left alone.
No, like, because Brock was sent after Hunter, right? So she clearly did. It's a long
thing. There's a payoff in the series.
Okay. So it will be brought up again.
Yes. That's a good thing to mention, is that Hunter comes back quite a bit, and that the transition is not necessarily a long con, but it is for a whole plot purpose. I don't know if they had it planned out in this episode, or if they like went back and were like, hey, remember when we did this? Why don't we use that and do a payoff 3 seasons later?
That's crazy.
I can tell you that the original flashbacks, some of them, had Hunter getting blown up in East Berlin, and Molotov was the one who killed him. Hunter was supposed to be the original partner who died, but they scrapped that idea. And the original art of Hunter had it looking more like Jonas, like a scrawnier Jonas Venture with an eye patch. and they eventually settled on
I liked the direction they went.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, I like Hunter S. Thompson, but also very Nick Fury.
Yeah.
I think that was good. Yeah, I didn't mind the whole plot. It just wasn't great, and what was going on at the compound was infinitely funnier.
It was the fucking teepees. The Apaches are bad.
Apaches are bad. No, because neither of these boys have ever experienced arousal before.
They might have, but that clone could have died.
You know what? Okay, they've never experienced arousal before in a way that they remember it or are aware of what happened.
That's true.
Who is going to sit down and give these boys the human sexuality talk? It's not going to be Rusty.
It's going to be Brock for
and
sure.
You know what? As much as I want to believe Brock would do it and put his all into it, it is basic. With his sex life, they would learn nothing.
No, you know what? They would learn a lot.
But not like...
They would probably learn too much.
But they wouldn't learn anything that, like, is beneficial to young boys. They would learn sex moves and all the different ways you do it. But it wouldn't be like, yeah, when you're turned on, you get a boner. That's what that is. It's normal. Like, that, Brock would not cover that because he'd be like, everyone should know that. Why would I need to cover that?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be his fault, but just like his experience would color what he tells the boys, and it would result in them not having the, required info for the function.
Coffee members can listen to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1 early. Link available in the show notes or YouTube description.
My brain was about to jump straight to the intro question. Wow.
We don't have.
Who are we? You don't need to know that. All that matters is the story.
Yep.
If you're enjoying what our mystery show is doing, there are numerous ways to support the show on our Beacons page.
Show?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Mystery TTRPG Theater 5000.
Catch the chaos live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/The Forgotten Troop.
I also liked how Dean had like his shorts full of water for a good few minutes. Like it just didn't drip out at all.
Just awkward teenager moments.
It was very, very relatable. So well executed. This is actually probably one of my favorite episodes, just because all the jokes landed really well in the compound plot. Like it was so good, and
yeah, I like the Karate Kid reference.
Yeah.
When the boys are learning karate.
Just everything was great.
Fuck, we even got to see Orpheus for a hot second.
Who also immediately simped for Molotov. He's like, I can stay. What if, huh?
She's a babe.
He's like, don't worry, guys. I can hang out for a while. It's not a big deal. I don't have anything to do. Well, no.
Your services are no longer needed.
Are you sure? No, it's great episode. Really, I don't have a ton else to say about it other than wow, I really liked it.
I do like Triana's friend, and I'll talk about her more when we get to Victor Echo November. I just think she looks cool. I like the way she's designed. I wish we get to see more of her, but she's only in a couple of episodes.
Well, you know what that means, guys. I encourage Grimmia to write some Wattpad fanfic about her.
I don't write on Wattpad.
AO3
okay?
fic.
I have standards. My friends are bullying me now.
Wait, why are they bullying you?
Because they want to read my fanfic.
Oh, because of what we talked about last week, right?
Yeah.
I will say, I have read fan fiction on a few different sites. AO3 is by far the best.
It is the best. Once you figure out how searching works and how to filter things.
Jeez, it took a while
so good.
for me.
You can even like Google search get it to search only that website to look up a few key phrases and find the right. If you only remember like a line of a fic.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, as we all do with fan fiction, I primarily read it for ships. Not exclusively, but primarily. And I usually, almost exclusively, will do it for shows where there's a ship I like that either was or was not endgame. It doesn't really matter, but I want more of it because the show's now over. So I will basically go and I will go to that pairing, go through every work that has that pairing, and grab anything that
even remotely interesting.
Anything that is like post series.
Yeah.
If I tell you the ship that I'm reading, can you censor it out in?
Yes, I will censor it out. Oh. Well, that's kind of cute.
So many. I've read about like another dozen.
I don't know if I could do community fan fiction. I'd be so worried about Abed not being written properly, which is such an Abed fucking thing.
You know
to say.
what? So the thing is, the ones that are really good either do have him written well, or don't have him there a lot and mostly focus on like the two on the ship. It's like he's there, but like there was one I read that was really good where that Pierce was actually alive and was manipulating stuff.
Of course he fucking was.
And it was so good. I read that one like 3 times. And then the best fanfiction I read is for Spectacular Spider-Man, which did not get enough seasons. It only got 2 seasons. And someone took it upon themselves to write an extremely lengthy, detailed fic covering post-series. And it's really long. I read it in a day. One day I was like homesick from work with a migraine, and I just sat in bed and read it. That's all I did. I called, my wife was at work, and I'm like, can you bring me McDonald's? I don't feel well. And she brought me McDonald's, and I sat in bed eating my burger and reading it. And that's all I did all day. And, you know, they weave relationships in well, they weave characters in well. It's called Fighting Crime Spinning Webs. It's super duper good. If you are a Spider-Man fan, I strongly recommend it. It's on AO3. Please go read it. Fanfic is great, y'all.
It's so good. I will mention one of the Top Gun ones, because it's probably one of the biggest ones. When we get around to talking about it, it is an Ice Mav ship. It's by Compact Fleet, Commander of the Pacific Fleet, it's abbreviated. But their whole series, Easier Done Than Said, is all about Tom and Pete and their relationship, and it's so fucking long.
Yeah.
And it's so good. There's over 300,000 words.
That's amazing, yeah.
And I read
the more words your fanfic has, the more excited I am.
I read it in days. And, like, that's a lot of words. And I'm supposed to be reading Wheel of Time. I've been reading Wheel of Times for about a couple years now. But, like,
yeah.
And I can read them on my phone. Nothing's stopping me. We have them on the Kindle. I could do it. But I don't. I'm too busy reading other shit.
Okay, so Fighting Crime Spinning Webs, I just went and looked it up. It was completed in 2018. And it is 442,260 words. It is 95 chapters.
So good.
Yeah. It's incredible. It is, like the first, I want to say 90 chapters are the story. Then there's a few, like, one-shots post-story, an epilogue, and a timeline. It's by the band Dragoness. Again, just so good.
Yeah, the Top Gun one is set is the whole story, and then the other one Another part is like a bunch of stuff in between. That's the longest piece. Is just things that happened that I'm guessing didn't fit into the narrative of the actual fic, so they separated it.
Yeah.
Mine is at over 100 pages now.
How many words? That's...
Yeah, hang on. A lot of words, like 20,000 words or some shit.
Dang, that's pretty good.
21,000 words. This was supposed to be a one-shot, but here we are. I will not read on Wattpad. I don't like it.
No, and Wattpad's also, like, gross.
I'm old enough, I remember when your only options were, like, live journals and fanfiction.net.
Yeah. AO3 is just... It's also just very appealing. It reads well on mobile.
It's so good on mobile.
Like it's clean, it's nice, I like it.
You can customize, you can add HTML when you write, so you can customize how your stuff looks, and you can, like, make text messages and Twitter posts on, and you can disable that too, so if it doesn't look good on your mobile, you can just turn off the skin, and you don't have to see it.
Is, if there's like a bunch of fics I want to read. So like if I'm like, oh, I finished the show, I want to read fics about it. I will cram together a bunch of fics and then I'll save them as shortcuts to my phone home screen. So I can just open them up and yeah.
I currently only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tabs of AO3 open.
So what we're saying is AO3 is basically like the Library of Alexandria.
And 2 of them are specific search functions. Nice. One of them is the search that I'm currently going through, and the other one has my filters all saved, so I could just search something else without... Because there's tags I don't like, obviously, you can just filter them out.
Yeah. I may go hunting for fic at some point tonight. Who knows? I'm about to have 2 months of free time, so reading fic might be a great way to pass the time. When you read, do you go chapter by chapter, or do you just go entire work and just start scrolling?
Chapter by chapter. Because, if I'm doing something, I have to put it down.
It's nice to have the break. I also like to read comments sometimes at the end of a chapter.
I do.
See what
sometimes
other people
I'll
thought.
check the comments.
And it's like, oh, what do people say? Like,
if
let's
there's a
think
bunch
about
of comments, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. And so sometimes there's people being like, oh my gosh, I love this. It's just nice seeing like the praise. Closest I've ever come to writing fanfic was Avengers. And I always hesitate to call it fanfic, even though it is, because I'm a fan and it's fiction, but fanfic to me always implies relationship, right? Like it feels so tied to the term.
Yeah.
But I wasn't writing it for that. I was just like, no, I just want to retell classic Avengers stories in my own way. In my own universe, tie them together, make it maybe a little darker, let some people die. And I had like a few arcs planned out, and I'm like, this would be really fun. I might still do it at some point. I might put it up on my Ko-Fi if people want to like read some of it. But like, it's very Earth's Mightiest Heroes coded, with a little bit of MCU thrown in there. But really just like, kind of like, this is how I would write the Avengers. And that's really it. And it's always a project I've been kind of interested in doing.
Honestly, that's how a lot of authors fucking get their start on. Especially for fan stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I used to draw Spider-Man and now I'm a Spider-Man artist.
Yeah.
One of the fucking creators of AO3 is Naomi Novik. She's a published author.
Oh my gosh.
She's a Wincest shipper.
Okay, you know what? Okay. I fucking hate that ship.
I have some of her books upstairs.
There are lines. There are lines. And whatever. Had a thing. Where was it? I'm mentally backtracking my process to be like, where was I? Did you? No, I think I lost it. Wait, oh, yes. Many years ago when I was still active on Tumblr, I saw this Tumblr post that lives rent-free in my head anytime I'm seeing, like, gay fic ships. or like gay slash fic, where it's like, you discovered you were gay 3.5 minutes ago and now you're taking it raw in the ass, no lube. That's insane. I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Because like I was on like WWE Tumblr, and so like they're obviously shipping these men together, but it's like, yeah, I'm straight. Discovers that he likes men, and within 3 seconds, pants are off, dick is in. As like, no preparation, nothing.
None.
Very unhealthy for your body. Please stretch beforehand.
Yeah, before you do anything, you gotta...
Well, there's our tangent, the fanfic tangent.
Then we just really talked about how great AO3 is and Wattpad sucks. Tell me, you can read fanfiction on Tumblr. It is very different. I've read fanfiction on both.
Is mid.
Fanfiction.net came about because we didn't have AO3 yet, and you really couldn't post porn because they would take it down because they didn't want minors reading it. It was a big deal then. So that's where you got the really bad stuff, like My Immortal, which is a classic. I used to read it every year just to remember where we came from, you know?
Yeah, it's like a sacred text kind of deal.
It is a sacred text. It's... And before that, even, you could go to, like, quiz sites, and they would be fan fiction for some fucking reason.
That's hilarious!
Because you would get to post, like, a whole block of text in the quiz question.
That's so funny, though, like...
And then you, like...
Okay, but that would be a really fun way to do, like, branching storylines. Like, choose your own adventure fics.
That's how I started. Choose your own adventure Inuyasha fanfiction on Quizilla.
Okay! Quizilla?
Yeah. And then I moved to fanfic.net. And I don't remember my login anymore. And I had a login.
Settled in on AO3.
Yeah. If you find anything of mine on fanfic.net, you might not know it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what I had.
And if you find anything of hers on AO3, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. I have that so far disconnected.
Like, it's not even like a name that like could relate to you in any way.
Nope.
You know what? That's fair. I use the same name everywhere.
When I was watching some movie or something like that, it was just like a line from a movie.
Can you DM me what it is? Because I'm not going to go looking for it. I'm not interested in the fics you write. I just want to know what the name is. Just out of, like, as more of a curiosity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it for, like, research. I just want something like, oh, okay. That's what you picked.
Want to read some spicy fiction?
No, I just don't care about your fandoms.
I don't go through my bookmarks. Actually, most of my spicy bookmarks are privated.
That's fair.
For a reason.
They're privated and hidden from her FBI agent.
No, the FBI knows. I'm a national. I'm being investigated by Homeland Security.
A word?
Yeah, not the FBI or the CIA. The CIA would be tapping your phone because you're not American.
Wouldn't the NSA be tapping mine?
They'd be tapping me for sure. Maybe you, Canada's kind of. We accept Canada. Some parts of Canada.
I think the UN might be tapping me just like in general. It's like a watch list type thing. I mean, we're in space, so actually we are under UN purview.
And for some reason also American purview. I'm not sure how that happened.
It's because when we moved to the space station with our families, you chose to retain your American citizenship. I renounced all my citizenships, and I'm now a space citizen.
Citizen?
Spittizen? Spit is in my mouth, Daddy. I'm so sorry to everyone who has had to hear me say that. But
I can't wait to take that out of context.
But yeah, I renounced my citizenship.
I send that to Dennis with no fucking... I've never DM'd this man in my life. He's gonna get an audio clip from me.
Spittizen in my mouth, Daddy.
He's gonna block me so fast.
We have fun here on Gargantua-1. Yeah, I know, but when I moved to the space station, I renounced my Earth citizenship. So... I'm just like kind of monitored by the UN because we had to do all those UN like protocols
really
to actually get
monitored
this
by
thing
anybody.
built.
I
I
guess
think you're monitored by a lot of people. You just don't want to admit it.
the health department,
Okay, well,
that's really about it.
I mean, yeah, like the kitchen on the station got like a D grade, so yeah.
It's the only restaurant on the station. Where else are you gonna go?
I try to get orders of fresh vegetables, but they don't really survive space travel.
They do not.
No. So it is Hungry Man meals and frozen burgers for us.
Not for me.
Here, what do you eat?
We can talk about that next week when we escape from the House of Mummies.
Just a tip with Hungry Man meals, though. If you ever get them, you have to fucking salt them. Like, a lot. I used to eat them. Not like, oh, now I hate them. But, like, when my dad would go shopping, he'd be like, oh, these are on sale. Like, 4 for $10 or something, right? So he'd buy them. And then it's like, oh, mom's working and my sister's out with friends and dad's not hungry. So, okay, I'm just going to nuke one of these for myself, right? And it's the first time I ate one, I'm like, oh, this is really bland. And then I realized you just have to salt all of it
Yeah, that makes sense.
to actually get an iota of flavor in there. Which means you're intaking so much fucking sodium because there's already all the sodium to preserve this shit. And then on top of that is the sodium you're adding to make it taste like anything good. Anyways, all that's to say, the buffalo chicken Hungry Man meal actually went pretty hard.
We're entering the 3-episode era of my favorite Venture Brothers episodes.
I'm so excited. Can I do a quick plug before we go? Make sure to also check out my YouTube channel, Colin Valentine. Link should be in the description, whether that's a direct link or through my link tree. I am working on a video of why I quit Twitch, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm really excited about that one, so please subscribe to check that out. Also, I'll make Grimmia do a collab with me on there, so that'll be fun.
I'm featured in your Twitch video.
Well, your voice does. Your voice features in it. But
it's
like,
not quite the same as a collab.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with like something to actually like do and record together as like a fun little event.
An event.
I have some ideas.
We could log off at any time. We have an exit, an outro. I can just edit it to make it.
Oh yeah, I mean we're all over the place today. Thanks for listening.
We were doing great until about 20 minutes ago when we started talking about fan fiction.
And you know what? That was a good tangent. Because the thing, we didn't tangent mid-episode discussion. We finished our episode discussion and then had a tangent.
There's a first time for everything.
And as a format that actually works, because like, cool, we talked about the episode. Now you're just gonna hear your host chat about shit for a while. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop recording now. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.